So, you've been selected for the Escape from Alcatraz Triathlon, but you're not sure if you can complete the swim. They call it one of the toughest swims in all of triathlon. What do? You do a group swim with the Odyssey Swim Club ahead of time. Coming up, I'll tell you all about it.
Up and at 'em!
Welcome back to my channel, Up and At 'em. I'm Ray, and this video is going to be a little bit different. I have to apologize to everyone for not posting any videos in quite some time, and I need to apologize to my Alcatraz team that I didn't get this video out in a timely manner either. The race is 4 days away. So I want to get out there what my experience on the group swim was, help everyone to know what to expect. So the first thing is swimming from Alcatraz Island to St. Francis Yacht Club. Looks like it's always rather choppy conditions. There's always an up and down movement to the swim due to the chop in the bay. And this is all, the entire swim is in the bay. The temperature was actually mild for the swim that I did, was on May 7th. So it's, 3.5 weeks ago or so. It was really 4 weeks from the race day. So temperature in the water was 60 degrees a month ago. Should be about the same. I checked a couple days ago and it said the temperature in the bay was about 58. So again, it's not going to be low 50s or mid 50s, anything crazy like that. First thing that I wanted to cover is the current versus the waves. So when you swim from Alcatraz, you're swimming south towards San Francisco. The current is heading east to west. So it's trying to take you to the west, which is where you want to go. St. Francis Yacht Club is to the west of where the boat's dropping you off. The interesting thing, though, is that the waves are coming from the west to the east. The waves are absolutely traveling the opposite direction of the current. On May 7th, we didn't have very big waves. In fact, when we started, there were no waves. The wind picked up during our swim, and so waves picked up. They were small, 1 to 2 foot waves, but we absolutely did get some waves. The other thing at the group swim, they explained to us why everyone's got to jump off that boat in 8 minutes. And that's because the current is strong enough that it's moving that boat. It's moving all the boats in the water out to the west, which is towards the Golden Gate Bridge and the Pacific Ocean. So that's why everyone's got to jump as fast as possible, because the boat is moving. That's basically that. From the race organizers, they all say you want to swim in an L shape. So that is, you swim south to get across the current that they describe as a river that's moving to the west. You want to get across it and then turn and go parallel to the shore. So that's the ideal method. and that doesn't happen to everyone. At the group swim, they said not everyone can get across that river. And in my case, I was one of the ones that did not get across that current and turned to swim parallel to shore. I went on a complete diagonal. With our group swim, we all jumped off of 4 different boats. I was the first to jump off of my boat, and I just started heading out towards the Fontana Towers, and the current just took me west, and right until I was in front of the St. Francis Yacht Club did I pick it up and say, oh, I need to sprint into shore. Let's get to the beach. So I went on this diagonal path, and I'll put the Strava map up to show you what I actually did in the group swim. But, you know, my thing is that when I feel anxious or nervous or like I'm getting out of breath or I feel like a panic coming on, I slow down. And I think I did that a couple times during the swim. I just kind of slowed down to calm myself. And as a result, I didn't quite make it across that current. You know, the next point is sighting. Sighting is very easy. All of the sighting points from the race organizers, you can see all of those from the water very clearly at all times. So you can see Aquatic Park, you can see the Fontana Towers, the Twin Towers, you can see Fort Mason, the 3 piers sticking out into the bay from Fort Mason, and you can see the dome of the Palace of Fine Arts, all from the water, anywhere in the water. And they're all much closer than they appear on those videos. So sighting is not an issue. Everything, like I said, just seems so much closer than those videos. You know, it's like not that far away. When you jump in, you feel like you're maybe 500 yards away from Aquatic Park, because everything just seemed so close. So sighting is easy. On the day we swam, they told us that based on the current, you want to sight different landmarks on shore. On our day, they told us to sight on the Fontana Towers, the Twin Towers directly behind Aquatic Park, and told us to just swim to that. When you get beyond the current, then turn and swim parallel to shore. And so they weren't giving us the, you know, swim to this, then to this, then to this, and then to that. And they said, no, just go for the Twin Towers and then turn parallel to shore. The other bit of advice they gave us is to stay 200 yards off of shore. And the reason they gave is that close to shore, they're saying that there's random ebb currents or eddy currents even that are close to shore. And so if you get too close to shore too soon, you could be caught in a current that's actually pushing you away from the yacht club. So they were advising us to stay 200 yards off of shore until you're swimming into the beach. That was their advice there. Then prior to the swim, they gave us some terrific advice about the waves. Like I said, the waves are coming from the west. The winds are blowing from west to east. So the waves are going opposite of the current. In our swim, the winds picked up during the swim, waves came. And what the advice from Coach Warren was, his advice was, if you're sighting and you look up and all you see is water, a wall of water in front of you because of a wave. He said, don't worry about it. Take 2 more strokes and try again. He said, if you're turning to breathe and you get a wave slapping you in the face, don't worry about it. Take a couple more strokes and try again. And that was his advice, which panicked me at the moment that he gave that advice. But in the bay, when the waves picked up and I couldn't see the buildings on shore because there was a wave, or I got a mouthful of water from a wave, I found that was terrific advice. Don't panic. Just take a couple more strokes and try again. And every time I couldn't sight and I'd said, okay, a couple more strokes, try again, and looked up, I could see. So it's not crazy, with waves that are constantly in the way of the sighting. It wasn't like that at all. The other thing, I guess, is the day we swam, they said the current was stronger than normal. So hopefully for race day, it won't be as strong and it'll be easier to get across the current and do the L shape. Also, I suspect on race day that those kayaks are going to try to funnel us onto that L shape pattern. At this group swim, it was, hey, everybody go swim, have fun, and we'll wait for everybody. Some people did need to be repositioned in our group swim. They made it all the way down by the Golden Gate Bridge in the current, and had to get on a boat to come back to the beach. But again, that was stronger than normal current, they said. The choppiness and the waves we experienced, they said, were very normal, very average. And I can say that it wasn't bad. A little bit of up and down. When the waves came, they were maybe a foot or 2 feet tops, maybe. And they weren't bad at all. So the one thing I cannot attest to is what it's like to jump in off of a boat with 2,000 people over the course of 8 minutes, and all the people flopping and flailing around. I have no clue what that's going to be like. So for me, that's still an unknown. Everybody's swinging arms and trying to get out of the way of the next people jumping behind them. That chaos, I don't know. Because like I said, we had 4 different boats for this group swim, and being the first one off of my boat, I actually didn't see anybody for most of the way. After like the first 400 yards, maybe, I didn't even see anybody. At one point I got a little nervous that why don't I see anybody? And then I decided that, well, if I was off course, the kayaker would come and get me and tell me, so don't worry about being off course. They'll let you know if you're off course. And then I thought, well, I'm just winning. I'm out ahead of everybody, which was not the case. But at any rate, it was fun. It was a really good experience. And I've got to say, there must be tougher swims in triathlon. They keep saying it's the toughest swim in all of triathlon, and I don't believe it. It was a very pleasant swim, a very nice, soothing swim. The one other point I should mention is that with it being salt water, is that it is abrasive. So I got chafed on the neck from my wetsuit really good. And didn't even realize it until hours later. So bring Body Glide and something for the chafing, because we've been used to swimming in fresh water, and salt water is a little different with the chafing. The water's more abrasive from the salt content. So one other tip there. And at any rate, I'm going to link one of Odyssey's videos about the Alcatraz swim that they sent us prior to the group swim. I'm going to link that video. So I'm going to link the videos, the Odyssey group swim. Coach Warren sent us out a video. I'm going to link that here in the description of my video, as well as I think the Alcatraz video with the sighting. But the sighting is not that big of a deal. I don't think you have to keep changing the sighting every 5 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever they're advising. We didn't do that at all. And all of those sighting points, trust me, are all very visible. Even the dome. I think the dome is probably the most visible or identifiable landmark out there. But you don't want to swim to that as a target right off the bat. We want to probably target the Fontana Towers or Fort Mason first and get across that current first. But at any rate, that's my tip. That's what I know about having swam from Alcatraz to St. Francis Yacht Harbor. And let's all have a good swim and a good race. I'll see you in San Francisco in a couple days. So thanks for watching, and up and at 'em, and let's go escape from Alcatraz. Yeah.